Hello and welcome to your practice. I have a great practice for you today for osteoporosis or osteopenia. Osteopenia is a weakening of the bones, and osteoporosis is that full form of it where the bones are really getting weak and you have a chance of fracturing the bones. So I'm going to show you a great pose to help strengthen the bones. It's called tree pose. It's a standing pose. So when you're trying to strengthen your bones, you want to do yoga poses that are designed to strengthen them. How do we do that? By muscular contraction. So we want to contract the muscles. So in a standing pose, we kind of firm up these muscles right above the knee to kind of firm up the thighs. And we're pushing our feet down into the floor. So we have these like two opposing movements of pushing the feet down into the floor, but growing up tall out from the waist, growing up. So when you have these two opposing forces, they work to strengthen the bones. That muscular stimulus and contraction stimulates bone growth. So there's also something you might want to know about is these cells in the body called osteocytes. And they are reactive to stimulus like pressure. So osteocytes are little cells that build bone. And when they feel some pressure from the muscles, if they feel this contraction, whether you're weightlifting or walking or doing yoga, they say to themselves, oh, it's time to strengthen bones. So they start into that production. So the osteocytes react to the pressure of the muscles, the pressure of the bone, those opposing forces. So in tree pose, we want abduction. Abduction is what strengthens the femur. The femur is this long bone in the thigh, and it hooks into our hip socket. And abduction, when muscles move away, is abduction. When muscles move in, it's called adduction. So if my arms are moving away, it's abduction. If my legs are moving away, it's abduction. When my legs squeeze together or my arms squeeze together, it's adduction, A-D-D. And we want A-B-D, abduction. So abduction in tree pose is what strengthens the femur, okay? So we've got the chair here because we're going to use the chair for balance. And we're going to use the chair for another little variation that I'll show you on tree pose. But when we bring the foot, and I'm going to bring that left foot and I'm going to press it into the right calf. I'm trying to push the right calf, the right leg away, and the right calf is pushing into my left foot. So we've got this abduction of these forces that are opposing each other as if the legs are trying to move apart, but they're resisting. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on. And how you do a pose is just as important as what poses you do. You want correct alignment. You want to do it correctly. You want to hold the pose with that muscular contraction for anywhere from 12 seconds to 72 seconds. They've done studies, and holding it more than 72 seconds really doesn't do much more for the body. You've gotten that complete bone growth stimulus to the osteocytes. Another interesting thing with tree pose is that sometimes tree pose is taught that the knee that's bent, you'll just barely have those toes on the floor, on the ground, and the heel will just lightly touch that leg. And they found that when we do tree pose like this, with not much pressure against the standing leg, that there's zero load on this femur bone. There's zero load of pushing and activating that abductor, okay? But just simply bringing that left foot to the calf and pushing the left foot into the calf and pushing the calf into the left foot, having that knee open, you get a 67% load on this femur to strengthen it. And more interestingly, if you bring that foot higher up to the inner thigh, press the thigh into the foot and the foot into the thigh, you're still only getting 67%. So sometimes higher, more, deeper is not always better. So we can simply stay with the foot down on the calf. You can do it however you feel best. So interesting things about that tree pose. And it's a wonderful pose. You can use the wall. We're going to use a chair. If you want a little bit more stability, you could put this chair and have a wall behind you. and be close back to that wall to catch you from moving forward or back. But we'll have our one hand on the chair as we do each side. And they did a really great study. If this doesn't make you want to do yoga and believe in yoga, they did a great study with 91 women that were 55 or over that did yoga. They started them on this yoga program, and they asked them, how do you feel? Just in your own words, how do you feel after doing yoga for several weeks? And these were their responses: that their daily tasks were easier. They felt like they had better leg strength. They were able to lift objects more easily. They felt like they had more energy. They felt strong and capable. They felt like they had better balance, better posture, and less anxiety. So just from doing yoga, and yoga has no of the negative side effects that medication has. So another reason to do yoga. So enough said about all that. I had a lot of information to give you. I hope I covered everything I wanted to. We're going to start with tree pose. All right, so have a chair on your mat. Stand a little bit away from the chair so you have a little bit of room, and we're going to have the chair on the right side of us, and just have your right hand on the chair. We're going to shift our weight into the right foot. So here I want you to kind of hug in these muscles above the knee and the thigh, and push that foot, right foot, down into the floor, and at the same time lift your hip and lift the rib cage up. So these two opposing forces, moving down and moving up like a tree. A tree grows roots down, and a tree's trunk and limbs grow up. So we've got that right foot pushing into the floor. Let's have left hand on the left hip. We're going to lift the left heel and bring the bottom of the left foot to the inner right calf. Now here's where those opposing forces to work the abductors are going to come into play. Press the right calf into the left foot and the left foot into the right calf. You'll kind of feel your glutes engage a little bit. You're going to feel that muscular contraction. You're going to feel that gripping of hugging the muscles around the bones. Good. Breathing. Keep pressing that right foot down firmly, but grow up tall. And then left hand can stay on the hip. Left hand can come out at a shoulder level, or left hand can kind of come up like a tree branch. So I always say the arms are like a tree branch here. So we're holding this pose, right? Anywhere from 12 to 72 seconds. Keep pressing left foot against the right leg and right leg against the left foot. You might even feel that in your left hip or in your right hip. Good. Bring the hand back down to the hip if you lifted it, and then bring that left foot down. Good. Take a moment and feel the energy in the legs, right? So kind of shake out the arms, shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to do the other side. So let's switch that chair to the other side. Remember, we're going to stand a little bit away from the chair. Left hand is on the chair. Let's start with right hand on the right hip. We're going to shift our weight into the left foot. So we want that energy moving down the leg, down through the foot. Those are our roots of our tree. And we want lifting, so opposing energies. We're going to pick up the right foot and place it on the inner left calf. Now we want to press the right foot into the calf and press the calf into the foot. Feel the muscles kind of hugging around the bones. Pull the belly in and up. Keep lifting. So our spine is nice and long. We want to grow up like a tall tree. We can bring our right arm out to the side, palm down, or you could have palm up, right? You could be in cactus arms. So you could have the elbow bent, or you can reach that arm out at an angle. Good. Keep pushing the right foot against the left calf, and keep trying to push the left calf against the right foot. And we're working on that abduction, your left femur, getting very strong here. Breathing, a nice, easy, steady breath. Good. We're going to come out of it. So let's bring that right hand down, bring the right foot down. Take a moment and just feel the muscles, feel the joints, and then we'll shake that out a little bit. Good. Let's go back to the right side. So doing tree pose every day is going to be great for your hips, great for your bones, great for your femurs, really good for the calves and the ankles and the feet. So anytime you do a balance, we're strengthening the legs. All right, so let's try it let's try it. Oh, I'm going to show you the other way. Let's try it with the chair turned around. Okay, so this way is a little bit more stable. We're going to have the right foot on the chair. Have your right toes kind of pointing out and the right knee pointing out. So that opens up that right hip. We should do the other side first. All right. So let's keep that chair to the left. And we're going to try standing on the right foot and opening that left hip. So you can hold the chair for balance. Bring that left foot up to the chair. Turn the left toes out and the left knee out, like we do when we're opening that left hip. We're going to push the right foot firmly into the floor, just like we did earlier. And now push the left foot into the chair. And we're trying to feel like we're opening the legs. Hands can stay on the hips. Hands can come out to the side. You can be in cactus arms, or you can have the arms up and spread. Good. Keep pushing right foot into the floor, left foot into the chair. Breathing. And we're going to come down. Let's lower the arms. We're going to bring that left foot down. So you can hold on to the chair, bring the left foot down. Let's turn the chair to the other side. So we're going to now put our right foot on the chair. You can hold on to the chair to lift that right foot. Right toes point out to the right. Your left toes point straight ahead. Start with hands on the hips. Press that left foot down into the mat. So grow that tree trunk down. Let the roots grow down and grow up tall, lifting up from the hip up. Press your right foot into the chair. So working on that abduction, right? Try to feel this left thigh gripping the bone, right thigh gripping the bone and kind of adducting. Let's bring the hands to the hips, out to the side. You can have palms up, palms down, cactus arms, or out into a V. Feel the legs, feel the strength. Push left foot down, push right foot down, and breathe a nice steady breath. Relax your shoulders. Wherever your arms are, relax your shoulders. Good. And we're going to come out of it. So lower the hands, and then you can hold on to the chair to bring that right foot back down. All right. So those are ways to do tree with a chair. We'll also do tree without a chair. So you can set the chair aside. So if your balance is not good, you're going to want to stick with a chair, or maybe just have a wall behind you, standing right back to a wall or the back of a door, a closed door. So we're going to start with the weight even on both feet, and we'll start with hands on the hips. Good. Now already start to hug the muscles around the bones. Just try to imagine those muscles hugging the bones. So it's a little bit of a contraction. Shift your weight into your right foot. Lift the left heel, and then we're going to bring that bottom of the left foot to the right calf. We want that left knee to open out. We're going to press the left foot into the right calf and the right calf into the left foot. So we've got that adduction, like the legs are trying to move away from each other. Nice, big, steady breaths. Focus on a spot ahead of you or on the floor or on the wall or something not moving. Good. And then where do you want your arms? I'm going to go with cactus arms here. Relax your shoulders down. Breathe. Keep pressing the left foot into the right leg and the right leg into the left foot. Grow tall from the hip up and root down from the hip down. Breathing. Let's come out of it. Lower the arms. Bring your left foot down to the floor. Good. Shake it out a little bit. So this is great work for your legs. And you're also strengthening your spine. As those feet are pressing down into the floor and you're trying to pull the muscles up to grow tall, you're strengthening the muscles and the vertebrae in the spine. Let's try the other side. Let's have the weight even on both feet, hands on the hips. Shift the weight now into your left foot. Ground down through that left leg. Hug the muscles to the bone. Lift your right heel and bring the bottom of your right foot to your left calf. Press that right foot into the calf and press the calf into the foot. So working that abduction, trying to move the legs apart. There's they're putting their own resistance. Good. Standing tall, lift the heart and see where you want your arms. I'm going to go into a V shape here. Good. Breathing. Keep focusing on a spot. Keep pushing right foot into left calf and left calf into right foot. You're also strengthening the ankles and the bones in the foot. You're strengthening your core. Anytime we balance, we're strengthening core. Good. Keep with a steady breath. Let's come out of it. Bring the hands down. Bring the right foot down. Good. And shake it out. Take a few side swings. Separate the feet a little wider than the hips. And just take a little side swing, side to side. Let your opposite heel lift. So this is just balancing left side, right side. Left leg, left hip, right hip. Just kind of smoothing everything out after those standing tree poses. Last thing we'll do is come down and we'll do tree on our back on the mat. So this tree on the floor can be done with the stretched out leg against a wall. I don't have a wall right here, but if you have a wall space, the stretched out leg that foot will push into the wall so you can get that muscular contraction. We're going to do it without the wall, but if you have a wall, you can do it that way. So come all the way down onto your mat. Let's come onto your back. Let's just hug the knees into the chest and roll side to side. Roll it out. Good. Let's bring the knees to center. Use your core. Don't let your waistline lift. We're going to bring the feet down to the mat. So we're going to stretch our right leg out on the mat. Right foot is flexed. We're trying to lengthen just like we did when we were standing. We're trying to lengthen from the hip down and if you had a wall, you can push your right foot into that wall. And from the hip up, we're lengthening. Then we're going to take that left knee's bent, and we're going to take it out to the side. And let's bring the bottom of the left foot to the right calf, that inner right calf. Same thing as we did standing. I'm pushing the left foot into the right calf, and I'm pressing the right calf into the left foot. So the legs we're trying to move them away from each other, that abduction. Good. Keep that right foot flexed. Keep pushing the whole bottom of that right foot away from you. And maybe come into cactus arms or arms out to your side in a T position or arms up overhead in a V position. So keep that muscular contraction of the legs. Keep the left foot pressing into the right calf and the right calf pressing into the left foot as you breathe. Now here we don't have to worry about balancing, but we're still getting some strengthening of the muscles. That strengthening of the muscles puts pressure on the bone, right? That pressure on the bone stimulates the osteocytes, those bone building cells. Let's bring the arms down. Bring the left knee up, so left foot to the floor. Bring the right foot to the floor. And let's just rock the hips a little side to side. Bring the knees to center. We're going to do the other side. Left leg stretches out. Left foot is flexed. If you have that wall, you could press that left foot firmly into the wall. We're going to get pretty much the same benefit. I'm pretending we have a wall there. These muscles here are hugging around the bone. We're going to open the right knee out to the right, and we'll bring the bottom of the right foot down to that left calf. Press the right foot into the left calf, press the left calf into the right foot. So we're trying to open the legs apart. They're opposing each other. Good. Breathing. Keep lengthening from your left hip down through the bottom of the foot and lengthen from the left hip all the way up. Let's bring the arms maybe up to that V position. Good. Press through that left foot and reach through both arms. Keep those legs opposing each other. Right foot presses into left calf and left calf presses into right foot, and you don't have to worry about balancing. And boy, are your bones getting strengthened from this session. Good. We're going to come out of it now. We're going to bring the arms down. Lift the right knee up and bring the right foot to the floor. Bend your left knee, left foot to the floor. With both feet on the mat, let's just rock the hips a little side to side. Good. Bring the knees to center. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Hands on the knees, and we're going to circle both knees in a clockwise circle. So a nice, slow, clockwise circle, a little pressure point massage for our low back. A little bit of work for our hips and our legs. Let's circle counterclockwise. And a little bit of movement in the shoulders and upper body with the hands on the knees. We get a little bit of movement in the upper body. Bring our knees to center. Use your core. Don't let your waistline lift. We're going to bring feet down to the mat. They can always come down one at a time. And then we're going to, one at a time, stretch the legs out. We're going to do a short little shavasana, little relaxation. And you could always have your knees bent if that feels better for your low back. Arms at your side, palms up, little tuck of the chin. Relax the neck, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. And here in this last pose, this shavasana pose, final relaxation, we're just letting the muscles relax. We're letting the bones relax. All the ligaments and tendons relax. We're not holding any tension anywhere in the body. And we're just going to feel our breath. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly fall. Nice, slow, even breaths. And as you're relaxing here, maybe using your mind to envision the bones growing strong. Envision those little cells called osteoclasts. Osteocytes. The little cells called osteocytes starting to build bones. Going into production, like a little factory. So there are other cells called osteoblasts and osteoclasts. It's the osteocytes and osteoblasts that build bone, and osteoclasts that kind of take down the bone. And both of them are important. So as we're building bone, we don't want it solid. We don't want our bones to be solid. There has to be some porousness to them. So that's where osteoclasts come in. They kind of clean up old bone cells and make room for new bone growth. So both of them are necessary. Both of them work hand in hand. It's a give and take of building new bone and doing away with old bone. And the osteoclasts are the ones that clean up the old bone, and they take, it's an amazing process. They take that old bone and they break it down and put it back into the body, back into the bloodstream, to help make more new bone. It's this, our body's this beautiful little bone factory. All this is going on and we don't even really realize it. So try to relax your muscles, relax the joints. Take just a few more nice breaths. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Just smiling gently to yourself, knowing you took some time today to strengthen your bones, to learn about your bones and the whole process. And we're going to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, signaling to our body we're going to come out of this relaxation. Let's bend our knees, bring the feet to the floor, and then roll over to your side. Either side, doesn't matter, and use those strong arms to come all the way up to sitting. So sit comfortably. You can sit in your chair, you can sit cross-legged, you can sit kneeling, but we want to scoot the tailbone back a little bit, lift the heart a little bit, pull the belly in and up a little bit. Have a nice little healthy curve in the low back. We'll end the class by bringing the palms together, thumbs at the heart. Relax the shoulders. And here we can even feel in this seated pose, we can feel those two opposite push and pull forces. feel the sitting bones grounding down into the floor, and then feel the spine growing up tall all the way through the crown of the head. And this ends our practice today. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed this practice for strengthening the bones, tree pose. If you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing. You'll get a notice. You'll get a notification each time I post a new video. Share it with someone you think might like it. Maybe even do your own little research on osteocytes and osteoblasts and osteoclasts. So just so interesting how perfectly our body runs. And then practice a little bit of yoga every day. Practicing a little bit of yoga every day is much better than practicing yoga once a month or once a week. A little bit each day to strengthen the bones, to strengthen the hips, the spine, the legs, keep those muscles strong. So until we meet again, bye-bye.